this installment of the Tour of Consciousness from lovely Costa Rica, one of my favorite places on the planet. And if you saw my recent Facebook post with this beautiful horse that I just fell in love with, and I can't even begin to explain how wonderful that is. Well, I wanted to share the joy with you first. And now, what's the tool for today? Well, one of the things that can happen sometimes, especially if you do access or use the access tools in your life, is there are periods where you go through major change. And most of the time, you won't even know what happened to create that change. You won't even know why it happened. It's just all of a sudden, everything is different. What we've been conditioned to do is to go to the wrongness of whatever change we're going through, especially when it feels like everything is falling apart around us and we don't know how to form complete sentences anymore. We look at something and we're like, I used to really like this, but I don't even know what to do with this anymore. And then you start to try to order yourself back into the place that you were before the change, thinking that that place that felt comfortable, quote unquote, is actually the place that's actually better for you. And what you want to recognize is that place that was comfortable is exactly what you asked to get out of. So it's like being in this little comfortable box where you've decorated it and you know everything that's in there, only it's about this big. So it's right around you. And then one day you make some demand, run some process, or make some choice, and the walls dissolve. And now it's kind of like being in the Truman Show. And now all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, there's an entire world out here that I didn't realize. So how do you weather the storm when you go through major change? First thing you want to do is don't make it wrong, okay? And unfortunately, that's the first place we go to. And what that does is that causes us to doubt it, causes us to make it wrong and judge it, but also make us wrong for whatever we just stepped into. And then once again, we try to go back and recreate the box. I mean, think about it. How many times have you done that in your life? Gotten the major change that you'd been asking for. And that's the other part. You want to recognize, I asked for this. Okay, but how many times have you gotten that major change you've been asking for, and then you started going back because it felt weird or different? It's going to feel weird or different, but only for a few days. After that few days, it will feel more peaceful, more joyful, more expansive than you ever thought possible. So you want to recognize that, have that in your awareness. So number one, don't make it wrong. Number two, recognize that you asked for the change. And number three, recognize it'll be about 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days, but usually not much longer than that before you start looking at the world and you can finally be the new space that you've stepped into. So easy for me to say. I've gone through one of those major changes, so I don't remember English anymore. So the first thing is, as far as not making it wrong, you want to ask what's right about this and what's right about me that I'm not getting. And even what's right about this discomfort that I'm not getting. It's a way to antidote the wrongness, because when we're looking at the wrongness, we can't see the strongness that we've just stepped into. So you go, what's right about this or what's right about me that I'm not getting, and that starts to change it, okay? And then the second thing is recognize, and you may even want to write down, or at least ask yourself, what is it I've been asking for that is leading to this, and what has changed in my life that I haven't acknowledged? Whew, a lot of stuff, right? And then the other thing that you want to do is, hold on a sec, I have got to get a wasp away from my camera girl. Okay, good, we're good. Not good to have somebody being eaten while they're filming, just not kind. Okay, so then the other thing I want to give you is a really quick process, and it's about points of order. What happens with points of order is, it's anywhere you try to order your reality into a particular point of view, or a limited point of view, or a solid point of view, or a right or a wrong point of view. Now, points of order, if you take POO, the acronym is POO. So it's a really cool process, and you can really screw with people if you run it, which is how much POO am I using to create the upset instead of the joy that I am choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, meons. Sorry, the natives are getting restless behind me. So one more time, how much POO am I using to create the upset rather than the joy that I am choosing? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, meons. So just think about it. Think about all the points of order, all the POO you've been using in your life right now to create upset, to create wrongness, to create sadness, to create uncomfortableness rather than joy. Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and meons. Okay, we'll go into the points of order in another video. This one's already a bit long, but I really wanted you to have this because so many people have contacted me lately saying, and my question back to them is, what's the change you've been asking for showing up in a different way than you ever thought it would? So, thank you so much for joining me from lovely Costa Rica. I so look forward to being with you next time. What if you truly being you are the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires? You are, and thank you for being it. Bye.